If you're thinking of adding a remote ID and GPS to your FPV flight controller, I'll be doing a review on the Dronetag BS and BS combo. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Alan Gadgets. Dronetag has reached out to me for a collaboration on reviewing their products. So in my last video, I've reviewed the Dronetag beacon. In this video, I'll be doing the same for BS and BS combo. Dronetag has also provided me with 2 BS combo and 2 beacon to be given away in 2 of my giveaway contests. You'll find the links to the giveaway in the description, and you've got up to the 31st of August for these 2 giveaways, and they are both targeted at Singapore pilots only because it will be enforced in Singapore that you require remote ID by the 1st of December this year. So Dronetag was kind enough to provide 4 units through my channel to give away to 4 lucky Singapore pilots to prepare them before the enforcement. And on top of that, if you want to purchase one now or after the contest, you got up to 15th of September to make use of this 10% discount for Singapore pilots. This is the largest discount given away by Dronetag. If you want their product, this is the best time to make use of this 10% discount to get one for yourself. So what is the real benefit of having this BS or BS combo on your FPV drone? For most countries like Singapore, you will not need a remote ID for any drones under 250 grams unless you decide to visit China or Japan with your FPV drone. For a China authority, you will need to register and have a remote ID on your drone of any size, any weight. And you need to do the same thing for Japan if your drone weighs 100 grams or above. So there is one good reason to have remote ID on your FPV drone weighing less than 250 grams. The next benefit from this 2-in-1 module is that you could also provide GPS data to your FPV flight controller. Having the GPS data will allow you to make use of the fail-safe in beta flight, also having your home point, position and direction on your goggle display, and also prepare you for the upcoming GPS hold that's coming to beta flight. Before we go into the unboxing, if this is your first time on my channel and you like all things drone cameras and gadgets, or you are interested in the next upcoming Dronetag rider review, do consider subscribing to my channel and hit on the bell button for future notification. And with that out of the way, let's jump right into it. I have with me 2 Dronetag BS Gen 2 package. Both of them consist the basic BS remote ID and GPS module. The one on the right is the BS combo, which also consists of the LiPo battery that you can power the module independently instead of tapping through the drone flight controller. Let's first take a look at the basic module package. These are the 2 cables, 3 pins and 4 pins cable to connect to the drone. There are 4 antennas, 2 of each type. There's a spare, one for the GPS and one for the remote ID module. Standard welcome to Dronetag family card with the QR code to documentation, and we have the remote ID module right here. This is very small. It's super tiny, super lightweight. You may use this string wrap as the minimum protection while attaching it to your drone, or you can use the provided 3D printed casing. Let's take a look at the BS combo package next. We have the same remote ID module, the same heat string wrap, cards, cable, antenna, and on top of that, the combo version comes with the LiPo battery. This is for charging the LiPo battery. And lastly, the 3D printed casing. This will be a slightly larger casing than the standard casing. This will enable you to also fit in the battery. The main difference between the BS and the BS combo is the larger casing, the charger for the LiPo battery, and the LiPo battery itself. Whether to choose between the BS and the BS combo will depend on which configuration you are going for. It all comes down to 2 things: whether you want to use the LiPo battery or you want to tap from your drone flight controller, and to decide if you want to use the GPS data or not. So this is the 4 configuration matrix that you can use to decide whether you want to go for BS or the BS combo. In this configuration, you use the 4-pin cable so that you can power the module from the FPV flight controller and at the same time use the GPS data provided by the module. In this configuration, you use the 3-pin wire to power up the module from your drone flight controller, but without the intention of using the GPS data. In this configuration, you power the module with the LiPo battery and at the same time tapping the GPS data. For this instance, you will need to use the 4-pin connector without the power supply. In this last configuration, you will treat the BS combo as a standalone module. You attach it to your drone body, but you do not tap into your flight controller. For my application, I go for the BS so that I tap everything from the flight controller. I power it up with the flight controller and also making use of the GPS data from it. So I'm going to take it out for a spin and run some few tests. Back again in Bishan Park after a few days of rain. Very nice cool weather today, not the usual crazy bright hot sunny day that we have. So today I'm going to try out the Dronetag BS that I have connected to my Powerbo 20 Pro. If you're interested to know how I connect BS to my flight controller, I have a separate video coming up showing how did I solder the BS connector onto the flight controller and how did I set up and configure the GPS tab under the Beta Flight configurator. To get things up and running, do click on the subscribe button and the bell button to stay on this channel for that video. I connected my drone to the SpeedyBee Android apps, which is basically the mobile Beta Flight configurator. The flight controller is now being powered by my phone. It shows here in the apps that it has gotten a 3D fix with 18 satellites. List of satellites listed below with the status fully locked. To scan and record it, I will be using the Dronetag Rider. So this will record into the app the whole flight path of this drone while it is in flight, and I can review it at a later date, which I will do right after this test back at home. So without further ado, let's fly this little beast in the air and see what we can get out of the remote ID and GPS signal. That's the beeping sound from the Dronetag Rider that detected the BS on my Powerbo 20 Pro. But it's quite annoying for a while if it keeps on beeping, so I will just silence it. But it's still scanning and picking up the remote ID. It should record into the flight path. So here we go. Okay, let's arm it. Record. 14 satellite now. Let's go. I also have my GPS speed on the top right, about 20 kilometers per hour, 20 plus. And I have the distance between the drone and myself, the takeoff point on the top left, with the directional arrow pointing to where I am. It's working pretty well. That's what I'm hoping for from the GPS signal. Let's fly directly towards myself. It's more or less accurate. I don't think the arrow pointing degree is very fine. Good enough to know where I am. To find my way if I do lose it in the sky. But I really like the GPS reading. 15 satellite locked. More than the 8 or 6. 6 is required minimum to lock on your position, but it's way more proficient at 15, about 15 satellite being connected. I never know the speed that I'm flying at before because of the lack of GPS, but now I'm pretty handy. Oops, okay. Going in slow. A bit lack of practice, sorry about that. So let's go slower. Kilometers per hour. It never occurred to me how fast am I or how slow am I. Looks pretty slow, but it's at about 15-20 19 km/h. Sort of the speed that I will be cruising my car in the parking lot, I think. Slow and steady. And let's pick up a bit of speed. Okay, let's come back for a fresh battery to try again. This is fun. With the GPS, it's a whole new game. I'm not trying to land on the pad, I'm trying to land nearer to me. I'm still not very good at landing properly, nicely yet. I wasn't able to check on the detection on my phone during the test flight because of the goggles, but having them scanned by the Dronetag rider, I was able to record them in the Dronetag app and review them on a later date, which I'm going to do it right now after the test flight. All detection and scanning by the Dronetag rider will be recorded in the Dronetag app. What is being broadcast and captured by the app is very similar to the Dronetag beacon. What you can mainly see here is the serial number of the remote ID, the operator number issued by the Aviation Authority, and other real-life data like height, distance, GPS location of both the drone and the pilot. I can also replay the whole flight path from my app. Do not mind the messy line that you see here because I flew 3 batteries back to back. Timestamp of the detection was so close that the app confused and thought that it was a single flight, but I'll only be showing the third flight to correspond with the replay on the app. As you can tell from the replay here, the record of the coordinate was pretty near real time. And even though I flew under the canopy of the tree through the branches to test if the signal are strong enough to penetrate, and as you can see from the flight path wasn't exactly smooth and curved, but it gives you a good idea of how and when it went. So that's it, that's all the review I have on the BS and the BS combo. I personally felt that this is a very beneficial addition to my FPV drone. Even though they are weighing under 250 grams, if I decide to fly in Japan or China, which is a very high chance that I'll be going back to Japan to fly my FPV drone, I would have to add this remote ID on my drone. In my past video on how to register your drone in Japan, I only did it using my Air3 and Avatar 2. Now with the Dronetag BS, I'm going to try registering my FPV drone in Japan. If you're interested on how that goes, do stay tuned on the channel. So in conclusion, after the flight test is, in addition to the remote ID, I love the fact that I have now GPS data on my flight controller to do other things that I previously wasn't able to, especially having the home point and the direction arrow, and to prepare myself for the possible upcoming beta flight update to include the GPS position hold. Again, if you are first time on my channel and you like all things drone cameras and gadgets, or if you are interested in the upcoming review video of the Dronetag rider, or if you are looking forward to guidance on how to register your drone in China and Hong Kong, do stay tuned to this channel by subscribing and clicking on the bell button for future notification, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye!